Hello, friend, and welcome to Inside the Dark. Thank you for joining me. The story I'm about to share with you has to be one of the darkest and most evil I've ever heard. It took place in Jacksonville, Florida, on January 25th of 2025, suddenly, in the middle of a road, in the middle of an intersection. And nobody who happened to be unlucky enough to be there to witness pure evil will ever be able to forget it. According to police, it all started with an argument. A man and a woman were driving in a car when they started arguing. What they were arguing about, police say they don't know. But they had an 8-month-old baby boy in the car with them. According to witnesses, the car they were in pulled up and stopped at an intersection. Then the man, 20-year-old Justin Golden, opened his door and placed the baby on the ground and drove away, hitting little 8-month-old Pablo Golden with his car. Baby Pablo did not survive his injuries.
Baby is dead after being struck by a vehicle on the city's north side. This is video of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office cleaning up the scene today. Police say it happened here at the intersection of McDuff Avenue and Lenox Avenue in the Lackawanna neighborhood just before 11 a.m. JSO reports a driver stopped at the intersection and placed the 8-month-old on the ground. When he drove off, the vehicle struck the baby.
Jacksonville Fire Rescue took the baby to the hospital where the infant has been confirmed dead. News4Jax reporter Khalil Maycock joins us live from the Lackawanna area where this tragedy happened. Khalil, police know who the driver is?
Janice, police say they are speaking with that driver. And earlier, they mentioned that the parents, or rather the mom and the woman and man who were in that car, are believed to be parents of that 8-month-old. But that's something they say they are still working to confirm. Now, I did speak with a man who works across the street, and he said he heard the aftermath of all of this. He said when he walked out of his door, he saw that there was a woman who was standing in this area, and she was holding that 8-month-old that looked visibly injured. So this is video from the scene earlier today. The area was blocked off as police were investigating. According to JSO, this incident happened before 11 this morning. Police say an adult man, woman, and an 8-month-old were in the car when a fight between the driver and passenger began. The driver stopped the car at the intersection, opened the door, and placed the 8-month-old on the ground. The driver got back in the car, drove off, hitting the child with the car. Jacksonville Fire and Rescue took that child to the hospital where the baby died. I spoke with a man who saw the aftermath of what happened, and he says this was heartbreaking, especially since he has children. What was it like as a father to see a baby bleeding in the middle of a street?
I mean, it hurt. I mean, I literally got on the phone and I tried calling my daughter, they didn't pick up, and I text them to tell them I love them and just to ask them where. So it hurts because it's a fact.
Back out here live, I did reach out to JSO asking if they could tell me what the gender of that child was and if they can consider what happened intentional and if they know when charges will be filed. When I get any more information, I will keep you updated, and you can go to news4jax.com for those updates and watch us here as well. Reporting live, Khalil Maycock, Channel 4, the local station.
Horrible situation. Thank you, Khalil. We spoke with News4Jax crime and safety analyst Tom Hackney about today's tragedy. He says the nature of this case will make it hard to solve while investigators try to piece together what happened at the traffic stop.
This is not some whodunit, but this is getting the fine details sorted through to make sure that the charge that they choose is the right charge and it's something that's going to stick. And again, taking any accident out of this scenario and really looking at it. And that's where the prosecutors work with the police to make sure that the facts of the case, the facts from the scenes, worked through with the law and choose the right charge for this. So again, it's not about speed, it's about accuracy.
This is a developing, horrible story that we'll continue following for you tonight. We'll provide updates online and on air as soon as we learn more.
According to police, they just stopped at this intersection. There was some sort of fight going on inside of the car between the driver and a woman in the passenger seat. The man put the baby on the ground and then ran it over as he left this intersection. We talked with the owner of a barber shop here who caught the tail end of this, who mentioned to us he cannot imagine what kind of fight could have been going on inside of that car that would have resulted in this kind of reaction.
I had a customer that was out front, and she kind of witnessed the telling of it. And based on her, excitement or scream, was able to go outside.
Markin Barnes couldn't believe what he saw next when he walked out of his barbershop, show off cuts.
And see the young lady standing to the right was on the curb holding the baby that was bleeding. And we asked her, was she okay? But the firefighters and the ambulance was on its way. And my customer pulled to the back. She was kind of distorted, so I went back and talked to her.
The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says 20-year-old Justin Golden was arguing with a woman in the passenger seat while driving a car when he approached the intersection of McDuff and Lenox Avenues. They say he opened the door, put an 8-month-old baby on the ground, and ran it over. First responders took the baby to the hospital, but he was pronounced dead.
Now I'm finding out the details even worse. Just the screaming, just the people that consoling her, you could tell they really were tragic, especially with a kid being that young.
JSO investigators found Golden in his car shortly after the incident and took him into custody. Barnes says, as a parent himself, seeing it unfold in front of his shop hits hard.
It hit home, anything dealing with kids and the youth, so we take very serious.
You're looking at the face of the man now in jail for allegedly running over an 8-month-old baby, killing the infant earlier this morning. That is the face of 20-year-old Justin Golden. JSO says he got into an argument with a woman in his car and then removed the infant. The child then died after being struck by the car.
The kid was bleeding, so we immediately asked if they need help.
Something he wishes he never saw, because he says as a father of twins, this hurt him.
It's going to be prayers and thoughts for the family. It's rough, anything dealing with kids and young, it's definitely going to be a traumatic situation, but it's more like prayers to the family.
And Barnes says he wants to make sure anyone who witnessed what happened this morning and is traumatized has a safe space to talk. So he says his shop is there for people to come together as a community and heal. And it's still unclear what the relationship is between that 20-year-old and that 8-month-old. But once we learn more information, we'll keep you updated on news4jax.com. Reporting live, Khalil Maycock, Channel 4, the local station.
Police have not yet confirmed if the monster who ran precious baby Pablo over, killing him, was his father, or if the woman he was arguing with in the car was Pablo's mother. But some news reports are claiming that Justin Golden was his dad. But police did say they tracked Golden down, still in his car, arrested him, and charged him with aggravated manslaughter and vehicular homicide. Pure evil. A candlelight vigil is planned in loving memory of little Pablo Golden on February 1st at 11 a.m. at the intersection of McDuff and Lenox Avenues, the place his little life was stolen from him. May he rest in eternal peace. And may the monster who killed him get everything he deserves. Thank you again for joining me for this episode of Inside the Dark. Take care, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more true crime stories.